Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? How is everyone doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Walls coming live to you from Houston, Texas with this inspirational morning talk. First time listeners, I'm on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8:45 Central Time. That's our time here in Houston. And my apologies on Monday. I had just working all night, then work straight in the morning, so I didn't have a chance to prepare anything proper. And then I was working at the time. I was supposed to tell people on Friday that I would not have been on Monday, but my apologies for that. But hey, I'm back. I'm back here today, man. I'm back here today. We're gonna get it going here today, guys. So first time listeners, I just come on the morning, so I just give you something to start off the day with, something positive, something inspiring to start out the day with, something to make you think and try to keep you on the right track. So that's the whole goal of what I do. You can go on YouTube. It's a lot of it on there, with about 300 and something of these little inspirational talks there. Mr. David Parrish, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today, sir? How are you today? Thanks for checking in. Yeah, so today what I want to talk about, today is one of those days, this message here, man, and who listening to this, who could share it, it might can be blessed someone, because one of the days is someone this message is for, right? And last night it was like, God, what do you want me to talk about? And he said, okay, turn to Acts 12. And out of my head, I don't know what Acts 12 is. What's in there at the top of my head, but when I get this story here. But in Acts 12 with Peter and James, right? And then he said, okay, that's what I want you to talk about, but I'll give you the rest in the morning. And in this story here is something what people need to do. I guess he had me demonstrate it before I can talk about it, so I can talk about it with more passion and more conviction, right? So what we're going to talk about here, somebody got some situation going on that is bigger than them. That is impossible for them to get out of from the human eye, right? It's totally impossible for them to get out from the human eye. And that's what this morning he brought to me and said, this is the angle I want you to go with it. I want to help someone out there. So I don't know who it is. You're going to know it when you hear it, share it, let it get to the person who it is. But something they're going through that is bigger than them, and they don't see a way out, right? So let's look through this story here, and we can point out some key things, right? This is Acts 12. Acts 12, I can read from about 1 through 11. Acts 12, 1 through 11, right? So about that time, King Herod Agrippa began to persecute some believers in church, because these apostles, James, Peter, and all of these guys was just in the region there, and they're just converting a lot of people, right? So the king didn't like that. So he started persecuting believers in the church. He had Apostle James, the brother, John's brother, killed with a sword. So James, remember this one, the 12, he killed him. Just before that, he killed Stephen also. Jillian, good morning, good morning. That he killed Stephen also. So he killed James now, right, with a sword. When Herod saw how much this pleases the Jewish people, he also had arrested Peter. Right? He arrested Peter, he killed James, and he arrested Peter. You see how much this pleased the people. So he said, I can get some more political power here. I could secure myself, get these people to like me. They like what I did by killing James. So I'm going to arrest Peter and do the same thing to him. So this took place during the Passover celebration. But during the Passover celebration, you're like, okay, I'm going to wait after the Passover celebration, and I'm going to do to him just what I do to James, right? Then he imprisoned him, placing him under guards of 4 squads of soldiers each. I'm going to explain that. Herod intended to bring Peter out for a public trial after the Passover. So after the Passover, he planned to, behead him the same way how we did James. But while Peter was in prison, the church prayed very earnestly, or some translation can say constantly, for him. The church prayed earnestly and constantly for him. Now, when I look up the word earnestly, it means with sincere and intense conviction, with sincere and intense conviction. But let's go back and explain a few things here. They imprisoned him, placing him under the guards of 4 squads of soldiers. You remember, so what they did here, they had him handcuffed to 2 guards. Usually back in the days, they said a prisoner going to be handcuffed to 1 guard. But they had him handcuffed to 2 guards, one on the left, one on the right, however they do it. And then they had 2 other guards watching over him. why you think the king was doing this? Remember before, right, in Acts 5:17, when those guys was thrown in prison, right? Let me read it quickly. In Acts, this is Acts 5:17 through 20. The high priest and his officials, who are Sadducees, were filled with jealousy. They arrested the apostles, that's St. Peter and James. They arrested the apostles and put them in the public jail. But an angel of the Lord came that night, opened the gates of the jail, and brought them out. Then he told them, go to the temple and give the people this message. So these guys was already freed from jail miraculously, right? So this king, knowing this, he said, okay, you ain't getting away this time, bro. You have heard what happened the last time, but you ain't getting away. So I'm going to chain you up to 2 soldiers, and then I'm going to have 2 other soldiers keeping watch over you. You're not escaping this. As soon as this Passover business finish, you go into my sword, right? So that's what he's saying. He with a squad of 4 soldiers each, and he intended to bring it to public trial after the Passover. So, but while Peter was in prison, the church prayed. Guys, this is something God would really point out this morning. Prayer, earnestly praying. You just can't say, God, help me with this. He wants you earnestly, sincere, intense. If you're not serious about it, how he can be, right? So he's saying earnestly. See, the church was praying earnestly or constantly, right? The meaning of earnestly is with sincere and intense conviction, right? So the situation he in there with 4 soldiers, 2 he's chained to them, handcuffed to them, and then 2 more watching over him. You're not getting out of this, right? But the church was praying. So the situation where you're going through, continue praying. Continue praying. Let's go on and see how this end off now. We had Acts 12:6 now. So the night before Peter was to be placed on trial, he was asleep, fastened with 2 chains between 2 soldiers. 2 chains between 2 soldiers. Others stood guard at the prison gate. Suddenly there was a bright light in the cell, and an angel of the Lord stood before Peter. The angel struck him on his side to awake him and said, quick, get up. And the chains fell off. The chains fell off his wrists. Then the angel told him, get dressed and put on your sandals, and he did. Now put on your coat and follow me, the angel ordered, right? So he in the prison, chained up between these 2 soldiers, a bright light come. I guess it's only he can see this bright light. The angels give him some instructions. Very, very important. Don't just bypass that. The angels give him some instructions. The angel struck him on his side to awake him and said, quick, get up. And the chains fell off his wrists. Then the angel told him, get dressed and put on your sandals. And he did. Very important. He gets some instructions that he followed. He got some instructions and he followed the instructions. He did follow the instructions, right? Now put on your coat and follow me. The angel ordered more instructions. He's getting and he's complying. He's going along with these instructions. So Peter left the cell following the angel, but all the time he thought it was a vision, right? He really think this was a vision. He really think he was dreaming or some vision he getting. This ain't happening. He just imagining this stuff. He didn't realize it was actually happening. Remember, this is the NLT translation, right? This is why I like it. They put it in more simple language. He didn't realize this was actually happening. They passed the 1st and 2nd guard posts and came to the iron gate leading to the city. And this opened for them all by itself. So this was like in other words, we're saying this like an automatic gate. You know, you pull up to it and you cross the beam and it opened, but that's not what it's saying here. This was saying, Mr. Dwayne Allen, good morning. So he's saying this here, he got some instructions. First of all, I want you guys to see. This angel giving him instructions. He ain't questioning it. He go along with it. He thought it was a vision. He didn't realize this was happening for real. When they passed the 1st and 2nd guard post, remember he got these guards watching him because this king don't want him to escape. He heard what the Miraculous, how they escaped before. So he had all these people positioned to guard him. Then he had this gate, this big iron gate. Okay, if you get past these soldiers, I got this big iron gate you got to deal with, right? But this gate opened by itself. So they passed through and started walking down the streets, and then the angel suddenly left him. Peter finally came to his senses. It is really true, he said. The Lord has sent his angel and saved me from Herod and from what the Jewish leaders had planned to do for me. So the point is, guys, someone of us out there going through something that's impossible, just like this. You chain this situation where you're going through, it's chaining you, it's binding you. You don't see no way out of it. First step, what he said, the church pray earnestly. Earnestly. He didn't say the church prayed for him. Earnestly. That's what I was saying in my last video. How bad do you want it? When you get into certain situations, you go and you seek God, you get up every morning, you're praying. That's earnestly praying, right? You're praying earnestly. You're giving it everything you got, because this situation's bigger than you. And he come true for you, right? And he come true. But with the mistake we make when we get through the situation, we go right back, we drop our guards, and we get complacent. We don't continue to seek him earnestly like that. So he's saying this situation you're in, first step, pray earnestly about it. Pray earnestly, right? And then the next thing I want to point out, Peter, the night before he was placed on trial, I mean, this is not no trial. This is judge, jury, and execution. You coming before me and I'm going to just chop your head off. This is no trial, right? So he going to his death next day, because he done see what he did to his partner. He done kill James, right? So Peter done saying, okay, tomorrow's my turn, right? But Peter then go to bed and he slept. He slept. He gave he went and he put his head down and he sleep. He didn't say Peter was panicking and was crying, and Peter go and put his head down and sleep. So number one, after you pray earnestly, don't worry about it. Peter wasn't worried about it. He wasn't worried about it. He put his head down and he sleep. Tomorrow will come. Right? That's number two. Number three, follow the instructions. This situation when you praying, man, the mistake we make, we don't listen to the instructions that God given us. We just pray and we jump up and we gone, right? Listen to the instructions. It might seem impossible, like get up, let's go, put on your clothes, let's go. You might get into instructions. God probably giving it to your dreams. He giving it to your visions. He just whispering in your ear and telling you and giving you the answers to the things that you're going through. But it sounds impossible, and you saying this can be, right? This can be. Peter followed the instructions. He thought it was a vision, but you know what? He was going along with the instructions. He followed the instructions. So what I'm telling you, number one, pray. Let's follow these principles. Pray. Number two, when you pray, you can't be scared no more about it. You can put your head down and sleep. You pray, you put your head down and sleep. Even though the night before your persecution, this stuff happening tomorrow, whatever got to happen tomorrow, I don't know how serious it is, but it's scaring you out your head, out of your skin. But he's saying, put your head down tonight and sleep. But you pray earnestly, put your head down and follow my instructions. The instructions I can give you, I've given you, you got to follow it. Don't matter how ridiculous it sounds. Don't matter how foolish it's sounding. You follow the instructions. You see, Peter could have said, what craziness is this? I in this cell here, chain, telling me to get up and put on clothes. Why getting up? You see, how could I get up? These chains binding me down. But he did, and what happened when he did? Suddenly there was when he get up, the chains fall off, right? The chains fall off because he got up, he followed the instructions, all right? And then when he realized this was actually happening, guys. So I'm saying, guys, this stuff what we're going through there, somebody going through something serious that is bigger than them. He's saying, just pray earnestly, put your head down, sleep, follow those instructions. I'm giving you the instructions. If you pray earnestly, Tracy Ham, a good morning. If you pray earnestly to him, if you pray with that conviction, he is going to give you answers. And you got to listen for those answers and follow what he's telling you, regardless of how ridiculous it sounds, right? You remember in Psalms 91, 11 and 12, what he said. Psalms 91, 11 and 12, what he said. For he will order his angels, those are the people who are following God and following his laws and all that. He said, for he will order his angels to protect you wherever you go. They will hold you up with their hands so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone. Didn't he come through with this and send his angels here and save Peter? So guys, whoever this is, share this. Whoever it is, let it get to whoever needs to hear this. What situation that you're going through, he's saying it seems impossible to you, but you follow these protocols and I got you. I got you. Put your head down and sleep. Don't worry about it after you pray. If you pray earnestly to me, you can't worry about it tomorrow. You can't worry about it no more. I mean, you put it over to me. It's not on you no more. You put it over to me. So don't worry about it. Let me do me. Let me do my thing now. I'm God. I'm Jehovah Jireh. I'm the Almighty. I can make those chains come off for you right now. I could take those chains off for you right now. So just leave it to me now and watch those chains fall off. Watch your situation change no matter how impossible it look. All right, guys. So share this, whoever it is for, man. This was powerful. He just brought this to me and told me this morning. This is what I wanted to say. And I had to practice this. I had to follow the instructions. When I go to my bed, I didn't know what I was going to say, what angle I was going to bring this up. When you wake this me, say, you go to bed. You trust me. You follow my instructions. And when I wake, he gives me the message. So I'm asking people to do the same thing. Trust him. Don't wait for all the answers. Go to bed, put your head down, and he gonna give you the answers. You just gotta follow it when you get it. All right, guys. So I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Have a great day. We'll talk again on Friday. Goodbye.